guys, and welcome back to Couch Critics. I'm Lamia.
And I'm Ruby, and today we're reviewing the version Suicides.
Yes, it's the movie's 25th anniversary, and we have over here the book, the version Suicide book that I've read and that I absolutely loved.
Also, last year on my birthday, Lamia got me a Sofia Coppola book.
Yes,
Where the movie was mentioned amongst so many other movies.
it was the archives.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think we've watched many Sofia Coppola
I
movies
haven't,
besides
besides
Priscilla.
Priscilla, which, by the way, was our first podcast review.
Yeah,
Movie
yeah.
review on the podcast. But
Yeah.
that was it.
I watched The Bling Ring too, and I think I watched Marie Antoinette, but like it was a long time ago. I have no memory of it. But it never like marked me just because I was really young, and I feel like right now I do enjoy her movie
Yeah,
more.
I do.
And especially this one. This one has been surprisingly very good and absolutely worth the hype. And I think it was way better than Priscilla.
Yeah, I don't remember Priscilla as
Mhm.
much. I just remember that I really liked it.
Yeah.
But Lemia and I watched the movie together, and I remember as soon as it finished, I was like, I hate this. I did not like this at all.
Yeah.
But looking back, it was a great movie. It's just that the ending is so heartbreaking that I just didn't. I wasn't ready for this kind of heartbreak, so I left the movie and I was very disturbed. But it was actually a brilliant movie.
So yeah, the version Suicide is about the Lisbon family. It's this family of two parents and five daughters, and they just lead a normal life. The dad is a math teacher, and the mom, I think she's a stay-at-home mom, or maybe she's it wasn't described in the movie nor the book. And so everything's okay until a tragedy happened. The youngest daughter tries to end her life, and she succeeds on the second try. And that kind of like messes up the whole family dynamic, and everything kind of went downhill right after that. And yeah, it's a very weird synopsis because like I just saw different description of it online. Like I literally saw someone describe it a few days ago as Sofia Coppola trying to romanticize white people's boredom, and I do not agree with that.
Oh, no, I do not see it this way. I think this problem happens, could
Yeah.
happen to every family. And I think the strict parents is not just white people
Mhm.
boredom. I mean, the main reason we see in the movie, and there's probably other reasons, but the main thing about this family is that the parents are very strict, especially the mother. And this really, they very sheltering to their daughters in a negative way, so much that one of them tried to end her life. So I don't think it's just white people problems. I think
Yeah, totally.
a lot of families go through these kind of things. So
Yeah, I do agree with that. There, there, there is different interpretation as to why um, Cecilia, the youngest daughter, ended her life, and spoiler alert, the other daughters end up
doing this.
ended their lives too by the end of the movie. Like all four of them do it, and yeah, and like the story is all about trying to make sense of why this has happened. And the stories from their neighbors, it's these three or four boys who happens to be their neighbors, and who were kind of in love with the girls and kind of fascinated by the mystery of these girls. And it's from their point of view, and they're literally, whether it's the book or the movie, they were both trying to make sense of what happened. And it wasn't really, there wasn't a clear conclusion in the movie, but in the book, they did uh, say that like it was because they suffered from abuse and neglect in their household, but also because after the doctor did an autopsy when all of them died, he found out that their level of serotonin was low compared to the average person. And what else? Yeah, and it was also because their younger sister died, and that caused a lot of PTSD and trauma, and it was never addressed. So, yeah.
I want to go back to the serotonin thing because I think it's something that you kind of train in your body. I think you get higher levels of serotonin when you get new experiences, and this is why a lot of parents try to make their kids do activities and play the instruments and do sports besides schoolwork. I think it's what helps people to stay stimulated. So I think that this low level of serotonin was also because of the parents, because they did not really push them to have activities outside of school. And even in the beginning of the movie, they see a psychiatrist because of Cecilia's first failed attempt at ending her life, and the psychiatrist says, well, we recommend she develops like friendships outside of school, and she never really had that. And then we see the parents trying to make an effort. They try to like organize a party for the girl and everything, but in my opinion, was a bit too late. So
Yeah, but you know, I don't want to defend the parents, but I just feel like I can't help but have a little bit of sympathy towards them. I just think that the dad wasn't bad because
yeah,
he has 5 daughters. He tried to be understanding, to let them go to prom with
yeah,
different guys and just like let them do things. And although the mom was a little bit more overprotective, but like if I put myself in her shoes, and I can't, but like if I imagine what she was going through, imagine losing your youngest daughter. That is gonna make you so overprotective.
yeah,
And to me, this movie is like a cautionary tale about when unsolved trauma isn't resolved, and how contagious it could be, and how it could damage everyone around you. And yeah, it just shows the cycle of trauma. And yeah,
that's a good point. That's
because
a
I
very
don't
good point.
feel like there is one person to blame. I just feel like the parents were deeply, deeply disturbed and traumatized because of what happened to their daughter. And it's I feel like it's easy to just put the blame on them directly.
It's true. I mean, we do see the daughters going through a lot of hardship because their sister passed away, but
Yeah.
we forget that the parents are also going through the
Yeah,
same thing.
and at the same time, they were all minors, so they are their parents'
Yeah,
responsibility. Like their parents are definitely responsible of everything that the girls are going through. But realistically, like how responsible could you how much could you force a 17, 15, 16 year old to like do something, or like
yeah.
it's just so messed up. And at the same time, this is what the story is about, and I don't think that there is any conclusion to this other than therapy, a lot
Yeah,
of therapy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Kristen Dunst's character, Lux.
Yeah.
I think she was, for me, the star of the movie.
Mm.
She had so much optimism. I think
Yeah.
she was the second youngest,
She
or
was 14. She was the
yeah,
second youngest.
yeah, exactly. And it's just like her whole acting. When I would see her in the movie, I would just be mesmerized. She
Yeah.
had such a beautiful optimism. She was always smiling, even after her sister's first attempt at ending her life, and the second one, everything. She was always the one trying to keep the positive energy
Hmm.
with her sisters,
Yeah.
and I just want to praise her acting because I think she did a beautiful job.
Yeah, and she was 16 when she was filming this movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she was
wow,
16, and she was absolutely mind blowing. And yeah, there was an emphasis on her character. She had more scream than everyone else. But yeah, she was so mesmerizing and so heartbreaking, because you could just see her light fade away
hmm,
from the start to the end.
yeah,
Some of the sisters were calmer and like more reserved, but she was very giggly and very happy and very excited to meet people and to just like devour life. And then like as the movie progressed, you could just see that she was more and more depressed. And I loved the way that Trip, the guy that she
Chip,
dated in the movie.
who was the main lead in Trap,
Trap, yeah.
the movie that we reviewed a
Yeah.
few months back.
I loved how he described her in the movie. He said she is the center of the turning world, and this is an Ellie, what is it called? It's this famous writer's
Okay,
quote. I'm gonna add his name down below. And yeah, Trip.
I did not like Trip at all. I liked him at first, and then
Yeah.
there's something that happens in the movie. I don't want to spoil it, but I was so disappointed. At the same time, I was disappointed at myself for being disappointed because
Yeah.
it was a classic move, but I don't know. I just did not.
Yeah.
I did not like Trip's character. I think that's the main thing that made me
Mm.
very heartbroken over the storyline. Yeah.
I did not like Trip's character, but I feel like this is very coherent. This
Yeah.
is a kid
Yeah.
who left when things got a little bit too serious, when he
Yeah.
found out that he had a little bit of feelings towards this
Like,
girl.
yeah.
And yeah, this is not an uncommon experience, and I
No.
loved how um, it was added to the movie because it just made it very realistic.
Mhm.
And yeah, and I just want to talk about how beautiful the cinematography of this movie was,
Amazing. Yes.
and the use of light. Whenever you saw the girls, everything was so poetic
Yeah.
about each shot of the girls, and we could literally see them through the boys' eyes because they were like sublimized and
Yeah.
way more beautiful than what they actually are. They're gorgeous, but like, and yeah, yeah,
I love the prom scene because
yeah,
their prom dresses, they were so beautiful. They just reminded me of like the countryside
yeah,
in my hometown. It's just like white dresses with flowers, and the texture and everything is so beautifully
mm,
and so coherent. Everything about the movie is just so coherent. Their house looks like a Barbie doll
mhm,
house, and they look like these little.
yeah.
I
And
don't know.
also they brought so much life
Yeah.
to the house. Like there were shots where they were just like talking and doing their makeup, and you could like see the essence of what it's like to be a teenage girl,
Yeah.
and to just like be excited to go on a date, and like to put on makeup and stuff like that. And it
Yeah.
was just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to watch. And yeah, also the script was brilliant, and it was very, very, very truthful to the book. And I read the book like 2 days before watching. I think like one day before
I
I
think one
watched
day, yeah.
the movie, so I still remembered like a lot of about the book, and it was like a copy and paste of like a lot of like sentences.
This is so satisfying. It's
Yeah.
so rare to have like a
Hmm.
book authentically and honestly represented in the movie, so
Totally.
that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sophia was 29 when she directed this movie,
Wow.
and it's just nice to see nepo babies do something actually great with all of like the resources that they have.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I know a lot of people are criticized for having more opportunities because of the families they're born into, but I
Yeah,
think at some point it's not something that people take for granted, and
mm,
it really shows when somebody does the work and does it well, regardless of whether they're born into a certain family or not.
totally. And also, I loved the music, and this movie was
Yeah.
crushing and heartbreaking. And then I found out a few days later, because remember I told you like when I was reading the book, I kept listening to the
Yes.
playlist, and this random artist like made this album about the movie. It's actually Sofia Coppola's husband.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he turned out to
That's
be
nice.
Sophia's husband, and his song "High School Lover" is absolutely gorgeous. Everything in this movie is very, very, very cute and beautiful,
And
and
nostalgic, I
yeah,
feel.
yeah,
Like, it just feels like you're looking at a throwback.
that's exactly what I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you just feel like it's someone that you knew, and
Yeah.
you like it warms your heart to just think of these
Yeah.
people. And yeah, such a beautiful movie.
Go watch it if you haven't. It turns
Yeah,
25 this year, as Lemia mentioned, but it's timeless in my opinion.
totally.
Um, and yeah,
And we'll definitely watch and review more of Sophia's movies. And yeah,
stay on the lookout for them.
yeah. And please like and subscribe and let us know what you thought of this movie if you've seen it. And we'll see you guys next week.
See you next
Bye.
week. Bye.